Hi, Stan.
It would be impossible to take off or to land.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Hello.
Stan. Hello, Stan, my darling.
How are we all? All right?
You have a bit of a platform here. You've got 3 pilots and Mark Sargent. Go for it.
Yeah, the 360 is like, it is worth putting on a plane. It is key to finding out what is happening, how everything's moving, so on and so. You know, it is the key. A 360 camera will show you a lot more than anything else ever will.
But you realize that the plane is moving?
I know, yeah. But that's what we want to see
problem.
as well. We want to see the moving, like how things are moving when you're moving.
Okay,
you know?
So you have to put it outside the plane?
No, you can put it inside on
inside?
as long as it's facing out and you're getting as much as you can. You know, you just put it in the window. It doesn't have to be outside. Obviously, if it's outside,
yeah, but
it's
even
better.
if it's at the window, Stan, even if it's, I'm thinking of, okay, even if it's at the window, you're still not going to get above very, very well either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you still get a much wider field of view than you would with GoPro or anything. Because I
took a lot of 360 shots. Not even, no, it wasn't 360. But
well, this one I'm showing
views.
now. This one's from my roof on the Isle of Wight.
It's beautiful.
It's not fish lens. It's fisheye lens or not? It is.
It is a fisheye lens, but it doesn't
it
show itself in fisheye when you view it back on a VR. It shows itself as is. So it's no different than me going out there now and looking around with my eyes. You know, it's as is. So yeah, and,
he's not looking at the horizon though. He's looking at the trajectory of the moon.
Well, we're looking at everything. It records everything. So that's the beauty of a 360 camera. So
your videos are my addiction. I just had to say that.
Nice. But this one here, this is taken from inside a window of a property. You can see the window here, and can you see my mouse? I don't know if you can see my mouse.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see the window frame. And when you view this back on a VR, it is just like looking out of a window. So that's what you would see. You know, you still get partial track, but you still get a lot more than what you will ever get with a GoPro or a P900 or anything like that. 360 is the key to tracking stuff and figuring out movements and rotations and so on and so forth.
So this camera is doing a 360 by itself then?
Yeah, I'll show you the cameras if you are like. Yeah, we'll have to skip all through these quick and I'll show you. These are the cameras. Like this is the cheapest one you can buy. These they're not that great, but they do the job. But these Samsung ones are becoming very affordable now. You can get them for under $200 or £200, brand new. And yeah, they're double lens, so they're back to back. So you do get a true 360 by 360.
Oh, you get 2 of them?
No, you just get one camera.
With lens.
But it's got 2 lenses. This one has 2 lenses, whereas this one, one just has the one. So you either face this one outwards, or you face it upwards.
In the cockpit, you have to face it forward.
Yeah. But whereas this one would be better with the 2. Yeah, that would be the good one to have, because you could have
with this type of technology, right? You would think that they would just tell the truth now.
Well, yeah, they're going to have to, because I'm going to show it.
Awesome.
But this is
explain how does it prove that you have a flat horizon?
Well, you can see it's clear you have flat horizon, but I'll show you something in a minute, which it's a bit of a we can't get our head around it. But what we do basically is I'll explain what we do. We track it. This was over 14 days, and in the 14 days it goes from the northern scan line down to the southern scan line, and then 14 days it go back up, and then each one is is a day or a day and a night when the moon passes each one of these. So then what we do from this, we timestamp it using UTC time code, like universal time, and then the blue line is south because I'm in the northern hemisphere.
Okay.
So the red line's at the top, the blue line's at the bottom, and I'm looking south.
South.
The red dot, because obviously this is being a 360, the two sides marry up, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, the red is north, east, and west, and yeah, what we do is then rotate the image until the scan lines become the horizon line, so to speak, and then that gives us long latitude. The amount of rotation we have to give the image tells us our latitude, and then from the timestamps we can then work out longitude, because it's the same wherever you go. The moon does the same thing. It follows these lines, although it will rotate, because obviously this is southern hemisphere. So now look, I'm looking north.
Yeah.
Blue line's gone to the tops. Everything's rotated. Even the moon's face when you zoom in on the moon. Yeah.
Dan, explain to Pilot LX then what it is that you'd like, what it is you want then with this footage.
We just want time-lapsed footage of planes traveling around so we can figure out how the moon is moving when you're moving. So are you keeping up with it? Are you passing it? You know, how is it moving?
Airplanes are not flying straight. They have to deviate by the right, by the left, to climb, descend, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, we will be able to see where you're, how you're moving by what the moon's doing or the sun's doing. But we need to just see how it's doing it. Because obviously it is doing something. So we want to see what it is doing.
For that, it has to be outside the plane, because inside the plane, we cannot see all the sky, right? We see just a small portion of it. Sometimes I don't see the moon. It is there, but I cannot see it because of the fuselage of the airplane, right?
Yeah.
Small windows. Yeah.
Yeah, outside would be better, but we'll take whatever we can have.
Would be, of course. Would be great, yeah.
I think what he's saying is, if possible, could he just have a bit of footage of you flying? Do something with it.
I've thought about this so many times, and there's no way I'd be able to do something like that. I mean, I could put it on the dash, but like he said, we have to keep constantly moving, even turning and stuff, so you're going to lose sight of the moon.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but it wouldn't matter to us so much, you know. It's more about just starting.
He wants to see how the sky's working, I think. Is that it, Stan?
Another thing is that even with my phone or my camera, we cannot perceive the stars correct without there, but you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it will be all black.
You know, it looks exactly the same up there that it does down here, though.
You wouldn't see the stars with them cameras. We just want to see what the movements of stars. You know, like a lot of things, you know, cloud movements, sun, moon.
Stan wants to see all. He loves that. He loves clouds.
That's the beauty with these cameras, is you do see everything, you know.
I think what he's just saying, Alex, is when you next do a recording, can he have a copy of it?
Take a 360.
Of course, I can send you my videos. Yeah, I have a lot of videos from up there, but not with a 360 camera, with a normal one. Yeah.
See, we need the 360. That is the key, because you can then look everywhere, and there's no missing data. You know, it's everywhere.
Right.
Okay, we'll think about it. Yeah.
I'll stop sharing this and I'll share the video Karen was trying to share a minute ago because
Oh, your videos are so pretty.
I've been trying to update the camera for a better one, but I'm not having much luck.
Don't forget, Stan, when you get your new one, put the one on mine. Your old one on my roof.
Yeah, I think I'm going to end up using both of them the way it's going. But yeah, this is the images in the headset. This is what you see. And this is why it's key to have the 360, you know.
Okay. The camera moves by its own.
It doesn't move. It just you just fix it to whatever you're like. You just fix it on the outside of the plane, press record, and then get in the plane.
I mean now on this video, the camera is moving, right? The video is showing.
What I'm doing, I'm looking at it through a VR headset and then filming in the headset.
Oh.
So then these are them same images that I just shown, but I'm just
Pilot LX, you've got to fly with a pair of those goggles on for him filming it.
Well, this is what you see. Look, with a just a normal camera, you only see a small portion, whereas you're looking at them images.
It's like those images of the 360 inside of a car, for example. You film inside of a car with the 360 and then you display and see what you want. You make
you can look around, you know, you can pause it, look anywhere at any time, so you never miss anything. You know, you can literally observe everything.
So that's the 360 camera does, yeah?
Yeah. That's what them twin. This is the twin. Like this one isn't. This is a more expensive camera, but the twin lens one that I just showed you that is what has created these images now with the moon. It's no good for stars, but it's good enough for moon and so on.
Okay, I understand now. Check.
See, these are the images. See, and then
Okay.
But that's why it's key, because you get so much. You know, you're not going to get this with you can't create this with nothing else.
Yes. No. Yes.
And it's key to tracking any movement of anything, because you see
the problem is that you will record a lot of the cockpit inside, the instruments, and just a small portion of the window.
Yeah, we can block all that out if it's needed to be blocked out. You know, and if it's needed to be kept private, we can keep stuff private.
No,
you know?
Not about privacy, but about the result you want to see. You will not see the results you are expecting.
Well, really, ideally, it wants putting on the tail of the plane upright. You know.
Yeah, that would be the best, outside the plane, on top of the plane.
Yeah, but we'll take anything we can get right now. You know, we're beggars, we're not choosers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's like all of this stuff. Some of this this is other people's work, and we've processed it, so to speak, you know, to see what they're seeing.
Okay.
But we have filmed some funky stuff going on. I'll stop sharing this now because I think you've got the idea of this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you are.
Lydia, she's sending me a test message. She said she had to quit because the internet Wi-Fi was closed down.
Oh, I've just noticed she's gone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was doing stuff on the chat room. Oh, well, hopefully Lydia's back tomorrow.
Yes.
Right, so this is some altitude stuff we've noticed. This isn't a very good copy of the picture, but it is.
That's a nice one. Yeah, in a balloon would be great too, right? A camera like that in a balloon.
Or drones or anything, you know, anything.
Drones,
anything that goes up there, put a 360 on it and film what you see. But
isn't there a drone with a camera 360?
I've put 360 under my drone, but it only stays up for about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, we need like a long as long as possible to see movement. But what we've noticed, there is a bit of an horizon drop every now and then, but which I'll show in a minute, it's like there, a little tiny drop, a big drop, you know. And then we've like overlaid some more images there, like some of the other drops to see what's, but it's not making any sense because at 43 kilometers, we've got no drop. At 30 kilometers, we've got the most drop we've seen. At 40, we've got hardly any drop. 30, a little bit more than 40. You know, there is just no consistency to this. And this has got us scratching our heads. Because obviously these images which I'm showing, these are all full images. Like they're all, when you look at this in the VR, this is what was captured from that. And
Sorry.
it's interesting, to say the least. So this is another thing which we'd
I
like to
forgot
see.
you had those pictures, Stan. They're amazing, aren't they? Because none of that adds up either.
No, it's just a lot of stuff is, you know, still needs a lot more looking at and thinking about. It's not all tied up yet, you know. But this is why we need more altitude footage to see, because it's interesting at altitude. Look, it makes no sense at the minute, and it should, you know, there's something to it.
That's a compilation of images, yeah?
Yeah, that's 6 of like these. We've just taken a segment and then put them next to each other using the lines to line it up. And
could that be related to humidity?
it could be a number of things that we've thought about, but we have no solid evidence of any of them yet. You know?
Oh, just to say we've got Gary with us. Gary from the UK convention next year. Something.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, everyone.
Right, sorry, carry on, Stan.
But yeah, this was like quite interesting. Because like, this is what we'd expect to see, 43k. But yeah, you know, 10k is quite close. There is a slight drop there. But it was this one that sort of made me think, what the hell is going on? And, you know, there's no uniform to any of this. It could be, like I say, it could be a number of things. I sort of thought it could be at first that it's getting dark, but then
2 moons.
when you look, you know, that's all around. You're looking all around, so.
Have you ever thought about 2 moons?
Yeah.
Or is that a little too much to, okay.
Well, I don't.
Matt Jerome is on, and he's doing some other research in our group. Well, he's doing his own research, and he comes on our panel. He reckons there's 2 suns and 2 moons.
Well, in our culture, there is. We talk about that stuff, you know, quite a bit. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut in there.
Yeah, sorry, everybody. Sorry for that bit of news.
I always do that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Marlene, I just want to say Josh has joined us. Hi, Josh. Josh is Uber on YouTube.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, what's up, Marlena? How's it going, Karen?
Good.
I see
Josh, great,
Trisha's on there as well. I see Aaron's up here.
Just to
I
explain,
see Gary.
to explain, the UK conventions on here. Aaron, the Looming Project, got Mark Sargent.
Mark with a weird look on his face.
Trisha UK, we've got Pilot LX, we've got Stan the Man, we've got Marlena, the Marlena Effect, we've got you, and we've got Judith from Israel. a very
Pilot LX. I'm not sure what their name is. Do they mind sharing? Or
You don't
should I just call them Pilot?
you don't know me. You don't know my Facebook, no?
Alex is on Facebook. He just wants to be called Pilot LX.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. That's what I was asking. All right. I'll just
Yeah,
call
I
you
never
Pilot.
heard of him either. That's why I asked. So I apologize for that. I know some
No
people just don't
problem.
like to.
Yeah, it's just kind of a privacy. That's all. Yeah.
We totally get it.
And just to
Thank
explain that Stan was just explaining to, or trying to explain to him about 360 cameras and what he's noticed up there. Just finish this off, Stan, because I find this amazing. What you've done.
Well,
On this.
it's like I've been thinking. It could be a number of things there. It could be, if you look there, like the sun's just coming up. So it could be due to light. It could be something like tidal. It could be, it could be a number, because we have tides down here. So it could be something, it could be a number of things, but I have nothing to come here and say this is what it is. It's just check this out, and I think it's crazy. It's the way that nothing adds up. It's that what, when you look at them all next to each other, it's like, huh.
When I look at that one, I wonder, because Arizona's really dry, and then the one next to it, Germany, it's you can see all the clouds. There's humidity there. I'm just throwing that out there. It could be, that the humidity is warping, and we've seen that time lapse that Jaron did with the mirage effect, and how the horizon seemed to just rise and fall throughout the day as the humidity fluctuated.
But yeah, that's a good point. It could be that. See, that's what I mean. Like, there's nothing there though. There's not enough yet to really come to a conclusion of what is actually going on there. You need to look at like 100 images of that. All different.
Hey, Mark. What does that make you think when you see what Stan's done and the differences?
I don't know. I don't. It's striking me. I mean, I suppose I could rattle off some of the stuff that Rob Skiba was working on at high altitude, atmospheric lensing, Fata Morgana, something with perspective. I just don't know. I mean, it's interesting. It really is interesting. The first thing that I would try to jump on is, can the camera be fully trusted to give a perfectly centered horizon line every time?
Well, that's why they're 360. You can see that it is flat.
Yeah,
but it's just not where it's meant to be. That's the thing that got us. It's like, yeah, it's still flat.
Unfortunately, I don't know enough about the tech, the 360 tech, to really give an opinion.
No, that is the other thing as well, that these could be different lenses, but it still comes to, we've used different lenses for the low altitude moon stuff, and they all come back the same. So it's just odd that it came back different. Yeah.
I don't think it really, it doesn't make or break anything, but it is interesting. And great that you put together one day somebody, who knows? In fact, if I had to look for somebody that might have an answer, I'd go straight to some. Again, you'd have to find them. Somebody who works on, and it's such a small group of people. Somebody who works on that tech, and they say, "Oh yeah, you might expect to see this, depending on what." And I was like, "Really?"
Well, we sort of understand it, so that's why we don't get this. It's like
yeah. Thanks, Karen, for, by the way, asking me. But yeah, it's a little out there.
Hey,
when you see that, you can see it doesn't look right. They should all be the same, and they're not.
No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. Yeah. What's up, man?
Dude, you might want to check out another guy in this group, FPV.
Oh yeah, I know FPV well. Me and him chatted. He knows about all this.
Check out his work as well.
Yeah.
It's quite quite interesting. It kind of ties in with like Jeffrey Grupp's kind of deal, as far as like with the sun dogs and stuff like that. He actually shows where what you're seeing as like the sun dogs also could be like the sun's like electromagnetic path.
That's an interesting take. I hadn't thought of that.
Mark, on Friday night, FPV is going to show his he's made a video. He's going to show you what he thinks all this is. So I know that you've just come on today. If you wanted to come on, or I send you the hangout, whatever, so that we can show you what he's talking about.
Maybe. But what time do you think he's doing it tomorrow?
Day.
Yeah. Yeah, I might be up for it.
Well, isn't today Friday?
Wait, today's Friday.
Yeah, a week today.
Oh, a week from today. Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm sure FPV will be really happy about that. Thank you so much, Mark. Because it's all about spreading, and learning ourselves.
Yeah.
Could I just say, I don't know how long Gary's on for, but Gary, do you want to, because obviously you're the Flat Earth Convention, that's something else that's happening, Pilot LX. Mark and the press. Man, Mark. We've got pilots, we've got photographers, Judith's a photographer. Josh talks to people in his taxi and he makes videos about that. You've got Aaron and the Looming Project. Patricia is one of my best friends, and she helps me massively like Judith does. And then we've got Gary, who's doing the convention. So go, Gary.
Cool. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Gary.
Hi, Mark.
Hey.
Face stand. I thought that your compilation there was actually very interesting. I haven't actually, if I have seen it before, I think I've forgotten, but it looked really good.
Nice one, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, it may be worth looking into that a bit more, because we can see if we can explain that anomaly.
That's what we need, like a load of data to look at, because at the minute we've got a handful of clips, that we've analysed, and this is the outcome.
Well, one thing, I don't know if I'm being presumptuous here, but one thing I could probably offer is I'm connected to FE Core. I can actually ask the guys to take a look at this and see what they think about it, because obviously there's a lot of heads in there that've got a lot of experience, and maybe work with you on it if there's any meat on the bone.
Well, yeah, I'll happily share all of the images with you, and you can.
Okay, if you wouldn't mind sending it to my Facebook, I can messenger. I can actually forward it on. I can't obviously dictate what would happen with it, but there's a lot of brains in there that I'm sure they'll do something.
Yeah, I don't do Facebook, but I can send it to you on this Hangout, like in the.
Okay, or I either do it through Karen, or my email is garyjohn42@hotmail.com. Either one.
I'll write that down.
So yeah, you can always go through Karen, and Karen can pass it on to me if that's more convenient.
I've got Gary's email address, Stan. But can I just explain, because Pilot LX, definitely, I mean, everybody else I think on this panel has heard, but they don't know what Gary's doing next year. Do you want to just tell Pilot LX, and obviously
yeah, sure.
Mark's going to be one of the speakers.
Yeah, I want to start off Pilot, actually. I just want to say that Mike Kavanagh said hello. He asked me to say hello to you. We'll give his regards.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so you messaged
Hello.
me earlier and just saying. Yeah, to highlight to you, Pilot, and obviously everyone, and hi Judith and hi Patricia on the show. Yeah, we're actually putting on an event next April, the 27th to the 29th in Birmingham. Went a long way towards helping in the initial setup with me being on the Hangouts and talking to different speakers. So thank you, Karen, for that. She was a superstar. Also, thank you to Mark, because Mark came along through the Hangout and actually agreed to come on to the convention in the UK. So that's really smart. And what we're doing, we're putting on a 3-day, or it's a 2-day event and an evening, where the Friday evening is split in 3 sessions, where we have an open mic session, something that's not really happened in any other convention that I'm aware of. So I think that could be quite exciting. There's also going to be a section where people can talk openly with the speakers. And the third session on the first evening is explain experiments that people have actually carried out or would like to carry out, and obviously network and brainstorm and maybe resource how to go about doing experiments. So that's the first night, and dedicated to the speakers to actually do a potentially a 20-minute presentation, and then maybe a 20-minute something else I think the audience would hopefully like. And the Sunday, this is actually quite a flexible event, but I'm hoping it's actually going to end up either being a debate, which is the plan, or maybe a workshop for people where maybe the speakers can actually knowledge to people if that is the way it wants to, people seem to want to go with it. So, and within the actual project, there's actually tea, coffee throughout on the Saturday and Sunday, and buffet meals on both days. So I'd like to think that the package is actually quite cost effective for everyone. And Mark is one of the speakers there.
Wait, I am? Oh crap! I gotta get ready.
Sorry, I've been meaning to email you for weeks, so I do apologize.
Oh no worries at all. It's all groovy. Everything's good. So.
And one bit of news actually.
Just to Pilot LX, do you see that things are moving then, Pilot LX? Maybe you didn't know about, like Mark is into the press. You've got Aaron, the Lumen Project. Like I just said, do you see that it's moving a bit?
Seeing, you mean
progressing?
Oh yeah,
progressing, moving along.
Yeah,
getting bigger, happening.
Oh, I'm sure he's aware of what's going on, just because Europe has been really, as far as the media is concerned, even more on fire than the US has up until the Rocket Man thing.
Yes, of course, I've been seeing this flat Earth evidence growing all over. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And Gary, do you want to just talk a little bit more, because I kind of cut you off then, but it's just that I wanted to explain to Pilot, if he didn't know, because he's not been to our group before. Look at Stan and all his work. We're really researching and doing their bit.
Say hello to anyone here. Sorry. One other thing I want to actually mention, and this is, it was kind of mentioned on the Patricia Steer show the other night, but we have somebody who's quite well known in Flat Earth who's actually going to be our press officer. Somebody who's going to liaise between, not only the speakers and mainly the speakers, but the audience as well. But
hello,
Gary.
Gary's frozen. Gary was in.
May I ask if you guys are familiar with the Flat Earth Core movement?
Really?
Oh, FE Core?
Yes.
Well, yeah, it was. I definitely am, because it was announced at the American conference that we had just a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. The president is from Amsterdam. Is Mike? I don't remember.
It's not. Yeah? Is it Kavanaugh?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. That one. And they are really investing even money, so I think it will go forward. We hope so. Yeah.
I'm excited about FE Core. I was really happy that they put together this group, and honestly, it was a long time coming. So was the conference, but I'm a huge believer of everything. Has its place in time, and everything right now seems to be in synchronicity with everything else. So
yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah.
I heard that they had some criticism about maybe the delay, right?
Not that much.
No.
For to put a conference together, it's not easy.
Of course.
So doing the American one, we could have had it in different venues in different cities, but this one worked out for us because there were quite a few people. It was in the middle of the East Coast of the United States, and a lot of people drove, which was great. So not too much criticism along those lines. Every some event like that is going to have a few bumps and bruises, but
of course,
for the most part, considering it's the first one of its kind in the history of the United States, and You know, most Western civilization, it went off, and we did have some hurdles, but they were handled immediately, professionally, and there was no real.
Is there a second one now? Thinking.
Yeah, it's already slated for Denver of next year.
Not before.
But, I mean,
next,
I'm sorry.
Not before. Next year, but January, February. Soon,
no,
right?
it's still going to be a year off, but I think there's going to be other events between now and then.
Of course, it should be.
There's already people, other groups out there that are planning on doing regional events before then. There's so many irons in the fire right now that we'll be lucky if we make it to March before all of a sudden, you know, you start seeing a lot more mainstream things.
I think it's very important. I think you should do more. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Don't worry about that. There's too much momentum right now. I can't see why it would slow down, short of, you know, one of us going on some sort of
too much evidence to show, right?
Oh yeah. It's too, the arguments are too clean, and remember, we're not receiving much in the way of scientific resistance. We're going pretty much unopposed. We're winning right now because of attrition. They haven't bothered, and I know it's assumed by a lot of professors, like, well, we don't have to address it, we don't have to deal with it. So, but that's only that doesn't work anymore. Social media is a very, very powerful thing, and most scientists don't have YouTube channels or Twitter, so they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Right, guys, I'm gonna have to drop off. I thought I'd share that with you quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm glad you came on, Stan. Thank you for showing that.
Bye, Stan.
Thank you, Stan.
Bye, Stan.
Lex will be able to help.
Yeah, well, I'll post the picture and just see how it goes. But yeah, I'll see you all.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I will think about it. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Bye, mate.
All right. Take care, all. See ya.
Big flat earth hug, Stan.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.